You're watching Nevada Business Chronicles. Take a journey with us to see the innovative businesses that put Nevada on the business map. Connecting you with the businesses, events, and organizations that bring innovation and prosperity to the Nevada area, please welcome your host, Mitch Burney. When they first opened their doors in 1971, they were the first pilot specialty DriveLine gear shop in the nation. After 23 years of working here, the current owner, Tom Hauptman, bought the business in 2001, expanding a second location in Fallon. Let's go inside and meet him.
Good morning, Mitch.
Tom, good to see you.
You too.
Thanks for joining us today.
No sweat.
Tell us a little bit about the history of DriveLine and Gear Service. You're part of Reno's history.
History. That means I'm old. 1971, we were the first piloted franchise specialized DriveLine service in the country. Dick Goodwill's father built the equipment, and they opened the first store in 1971 over on Ticino. In 1986, we moved over here, and the franchise disbanded. When the franchise disbanded, there was 124 of us nationwide. A lot of us are still good friends. We grew up together. We still do a lot of work with each other. In 2001, I bought the business from Dick. I opened a new store in Fallon to service the agriculture community and the race car drivers and everyone out there. And we have evolved into 3 different businesses. We have, of course, our DriveLine service shop. That's how we started. We have the largest inventory, gear inventory, drivetrain inventory in northern Nevada, probably Nevada. And we have a complete full service gear bay or gear shop in the back that we do transmissions, differentials, transfer cases. We do a lot of work on the vehicles themselves in the back.
Tom, I'm sure a lot of people want to know how this is done, so can we show them?
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to show you.
Let's go. Now, Tom, what are we looking at here?
This is what we do. This is our mainstay of my business. This is the DriveLine part of our business. This is some of the stuff we do. What you're looking at here, this is the Jeep, the new Jeep Rubicons. They come with this newfangled high-speed CV, staked in U-joints, non-serviceable. Something goes wrong with this, you throw it away and buy a new one. So what we do is we update them to a U-joint style drive shaft. Takes more angle, heavier duty. Anytime you put a lift kit on a Jeep Rubicon, you have to change the drive shaft, or it will not last. You'll be stuck out in the mountains. This here, some of our agriculture stuff. We do a lot of ag, swathers, hay balers, tractors, you name it as far as agriculture. This over here, this is the Dodge 2-piece, like the Cummins 2500, 3500 drive shaft, steel, very heavy, 3 U-joints. A problem, industry problem. We replaced this big, heavy 90-pound drive shaft with an aluminum drive shaft, which is about 35 pounds, less reciprocating mass, less vibrations, less broken transmissions, just a far superior drive shaft to the old steel ones. There's a lot that goes into building them. I'll show you here in just a second on how to build a drive shaft. We're going to shorten one up and balance it, and this is just a small percentage of what we do.
Well, we're dying to see how you do that. Let's go make one.
Let's do it.
Well, what do we have here, Tom?
Mitch, this is a drive shaft that belongs to a customer. He brought it in. He wants new U-joints. He wants it shortened and balanced. So he must be putting in a different transmission or a different rear end or something, because this drive shaft is too long. So we're going to put new U-joints in it and make it like new again.
Well, let's do it.
All right. This is our workhorse press here. This is actually it's a 6-ton hand press, which we call this an old man. That is a helper. This particular U-joint is shot in with plastic. This has little plastic. They aren't retained with any clips or anything. Shot in with plastic from the factory. A lot of people can't get these out. There you go. Mitch, I wish I had a dime for every U-joint I've R&R'd.
I wish I had a dime for every U-joint you've R&R'd.
We sell approximately, there's about 800 U-joints a month goes through this shop.
Wow.
Just U-joints.
Now, Tom, that begs another conversation we've talked about before, is the quality of parts.
Boy, it's an industry problem. We fight it all the time, especially with the internet, especially with the other countries, if you know who I'm talking about. There's a lot of substandard parts out there. Cheap, but they are substandard. So we try and stock nothing but the best parts. They cost a little more, but they do a far better job.
I think people might be surprised to know that by using an inferior part, if it fails, drive shafts can fall out of a car, be thrown down the highway at somebody behind you, or come up through the occupant compartment.
Oh, happens all the time. You see cars along the highway with the drive shafts hanging down. I'm their next stop.
Yeah. Hopefully you're the first stop before that happens.
Yes, correct. We've spent years finding the best parts, researching the best parts. I've sent pallet loads of parts back to suppliers that trying to get into the business of DriveLine parts, and I refuse to use anything but the best. So it is something that we're very, very, very adamant about, is quality parts.
Tom, I'm getting the impression by how fast you're able to do this, you've done this before.
Oof. 1,000,000 times, I think.
What happens next, Tom?
Well, we got to shorten it. U-joints are in, so now we got to shorten it. This is what they call a hollow spindle lathe. It's got a giant hole through it, so we can put giant drive shafts through it, and very, very specialized piece of DriveLine equipment.
This is one of those pieces, Tom, that when they invented this concept of specialty DriveLine services, that they actually made just for this.
This is one of them, yes. I'll show you the Press Welder, which is the patented piece of equipment here in half a second. So to shorten it, we have to cut the old weld out. And then I already got pre-marked. We have to shorten it about 1.5 inches, but we have to, Mitch, glasses.
Thank you.
And some of these old welds are hard. You can hear it, you can hear the lathe working. Wow. Old welds cut. Now we have to cut it down to a pilot. I'll show you the pilot here in a minute.
That's got to be one sharp blade to cut through this metal.
It's all high-speed steel. We can't use carbide because the welder's so hard it just breaks carbide. Okay, I'm through the weld. And that is a weld yoke. It's got a pilot. That's the tubing. We'll shorten it up and we'll reinstall it. So now I have to shorten it.
This is so interesting.
Well, it's better than using a grinder to cut them out. In the old days, anybody that was a machine shop or a garage with a grinder and a welder was a DriveLine guy. And there's just so much more to it than the old days. You know, a lot of this is just specialty equipment and knowledge. You know,
well, and then precision is important when you're putting this back in a car if you don't want to wind up in your hall of shame.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff in our hall of shame. People trying to do drive shafts in their backyard. I get a lot of shops tell me, oh yeah, I can do that. Like, well, maybe. Now it has a real, all that slag has to come off. So.
Now that's a technical term, slag.
Well, I don't know if that's the right term, but that's what we call it. Okay, so it's nice tapered, nice and square. It's all ready to be pressed together and balanced. We're taking this out of the lathe. We're going to go fixture it up, take it to the press welder, weld it up, and balance it.
Awesome, let's do it. Oh, Tom, this is the patented equipment that was necessary to do your job.
Yeah, Mitch, this is what we call fixtures. These fixtures fit every U-joint ever made. We have the great big mining fixtures, we have the flange fixtures. This is what fits in our equipment, the press welders and the balancers, to make everything so precise as far as the driveline industry goes. This is part of the patented equipment that was built for driveline service. So we have to use tube fixtures on every drive shaft, and you'll see in a minute what I'm talking about.
For more information on this guest or to see this show in its entirety, visit nvbusinesschronicles.com. While you're there, you can watch all of our past shows on the Chronicles page and stay connected with us by following us on our social media. Now more from Nevada Business Chronicles. All right, so how do you put these together, Tom?
Well, you end up, again, the fixtures fit every U-joint depending on which drive shaft we're working on and what series U-joint. We install one of these fixtures on both ends.
You could do this with your eyes closed, couldn't you, Tom?
Yes, I could. Sometimes I do. I already fixtured up this end, so they're both fixtured. We'll take it over to the press welder, we'll press it together and weld it up and balance it.
Oh, awesome. Let's do that.
This over here, Mitch, is our press welder. This is another patented piece of equipment. This has got the plug. This is the fixture. Install the fixture into the plug. All right, this is a 2 3/4 stand. We're working with 2 3/4 tubing. That keeps everything straight. These are our levels. Drive shafts have to be in time, so the U-joints pop over center at the same time. So we level up both ends. This is air over hydraulic. We get our caveman hammer and chisel. Drive shafts don't press together nice and smooth, so you got to straighten up. We have to leave a gap for the welder to fill in. Now that we got it pressed together, we have to straighten it. You got to remember that a human hair is 3/1000 thick. So we're trying to get these things less than 10. And we're right at 10 now, so we will weld it and then we'll straighten it after the fact. See, that's about 20 thousandths bent.
Now, Tom, when you're done here, you're
It's bent right
better
there.
than factory specifications on these.
Yes, we are. Factory specs are 20 thousandths in the tube, 10 thousandths at the weld yoke. We try for 10 thousandths at the tube, 5 thousandths at the weld yoke. Now, some used product, neck down tubing, you'll never get that straight, but it's still much straighter than what we start with. So we're ready to weld.
It's like the 4th of July every day in here, Tom.
Yeah, it is. Funny story about that, Mitch. I put on a school for the university, and I have a bunch of university kids come over, and I always ask them, okay, who's the welder of the bunch? And there'll be some kid that says, I'm the welder. Well, I weld up one end and I let him weld up the other. The sparks fly on his arms and they let loose of everything and they go running, but I guess we're used to it because that's all we've ever done. We cool the weld.
This is high tech, Tom.
High tech with the Folgers can, yeah.
How many welding cools has that bucket seen? If we could talk.
A lot. Okay, everything's cool. Now we'll re-straighten. We have to straighten.
I think this is a really interesting part of this whole process, Tom, because it's counterintuitive to what I would think would happen here.
Yes, it's very, that's a high spot there. High spot there. High spot there. And less here. Okay, so our highest spot is probably right here. So, get the torch, watch your eyebrows. We heat the high spot. And there again, it's all based on experience on how much to heat it. Now, if you remember, this was about 30 thousandths out when we started. Let's see how we did here. We call that, see there? That's like less than 10 because it's bouncing, it's real straight. Yep, good to go. So now we can balance it.
Explain to me how heating that in the center actually helps straighten it.
Actually, you heat the high side and the heat actually shrinks the metal. So if a drive shaft is bent and you heat the high side, once you cool it, it goes and it shrinks the metal down to where it's straight. And sometimes it takes one heat, sometimes it takes 5 heats to get a drive shaft straight because they take all kinds of sets and everything. But yeah, we can straighten up to about 100 thousandths, so that's almost 1/8 of an inch.
That's fantastic. So where do we go from here, Tom?
Well, we got to take it out of this. We got to put it in the balancer. This is our balancer. Another piece of equipment that is patented. We did specially design this balancer an extra long so we can do 2 and 3 and 4 piece assemblies out of school buses, the big long vehicles. That's why this balancer is so. Yep, mining equipment. Okay, balancer, very similar to a tire balancer. We spin it up, we take a reading, we put a weight on the light side. So we'll spin her up. Put your thumb right there, Mitch. Feel that vibration?
I can feel that vibration.
Okay. We'll read this right here. It's flashing 5/6, 5. Again, it's experience, 5/6. We find a 5/6 on this dial here. And then we put our weight on the 5/6 spot. We still got a little bit of a vibration. We'll look at this. This shows it's moved to 7/8. So we find 7/8 on our dial here, and 7/8 is right here. And then we come back to the weight. We move this toward 7/8. Tighten them back down. Now feel that, Mitch.
Smooth, Tom.
Smooth.
Absolutely smooth.
We'll do it on both ends. That end is absolutely perfect. And this is going about 65, 70 miles an hour. You'll never feel that in a vehicle. So, all intents and purposes, this drive shaft is done. We'll take it to the table, we'll take the fixtures off, we'll lube up the U-joints, and then we'll paint it, and the job is done. So, that is essentially building a drive shaft from
Start to finish. Now, Tom, I want to not forget to show some of the mining equipment that you work on as well.
Yep.
Let's do
right
it.
over here. Okay, this is some of the mining equipment. This is off of James Hardy's mucker shafts that run in concrete. As you can see, it's absolutely buried in concrete muck. And we'll start over with a new drive shaft, new flanges, new U-joints. We do everything from little PTO stuff to giant Euclids, the giant stuff from the mine. So we can do anything.
Tom, I love your slogan that you can connect anything together.
Yeah, we say that we can hook a Volkswagen to the space shuttle. So we can probably, if it has a drive shaft, we can fix it.
Great. Well, Tom, I think when you talk about fixing the drive shafts, the people are going to be shocked to know, even people that have been coming here for decades, that in back of this building is a service shop that you can actually remove, repair, reinstall, and do many other things back there.
Yes, it's kind of we built the building behind us. We should have built the building beside us because nobody knows we have a service bay. We have 4-bay shop in the back with 3 guys working every day. We do transmissions, differentials, transfer cases, removal and installation of drive shafts. We fix a lot of problems that people bring in for anything drivetrain related.
Well, for people that drive up and down the street and can't see it, let's take a walk out back and let them see it.
All right, let's do it. On our way to the service shop, Mitch, let me show you some of our inventory. We have the largest drivetrain inventory in the state of Nevada, probably the western United States. All right, Mitch, this is some of our completed assemblies. We stock approximately 100 complete drive shafts ready for exchange or purchase over the counter. When you bring us a wiped out drive shaft and we have an exchange, we give you one of our rebuilds. It's one stop. You don't have to come back. You don't have to wait. A lot of other garages use this for a time saver. They'll call us, say, do you have this drive shaft in stock? They'll bring it in. We'll give them one of ours. They're gone. Faster for them, faster for the customer.
Time is money.
Time is money. We have the big drive shafts for the diesels in stock, so the guys don't have to, DOT will stop them and red tag them, and they can get it fixed and go in no time flat.
That is time is money. A lot of parts here, Tom.
Yeah, we have aisles and aisles of parts. We have a complete inventory of all DriveLine parts. We have a complete inventory of all differential parts, ring and pinions, positive tractions, axles, center bearings, weld yokes, you name it, we have it. We have obsolete parts. We have brand new parts. We have parts that, that's just our new parts, not including our used parts. And let's go out and take a look at our used parts.
Well, let's do that. Tom, I wonder if you don't have the largest used part inventory in the entire nation when they see it all.
Yeah, this is just some of our drive shaft used parts. There's more outside.
Wow, Tom, a lot of parts out here.
Yeah, this is our core pile. We take a lot of parts off these cores to save people money and a lot of obsolete parts.
You buy cores too, right?
Yes, we do buy a lot of cores. There's DriveLine cores that we pull from, axles, tubing, transfer cases. This is just the core stuff. We got a complete harvest of used parts up in our upper parts department. I'll show you that next.
Tom, I bet you classic car restorers love you.
Yeah, we do a lot of hot August nights cars. Unfortunately, they'll start right now instead of last November, but we have a lot of parts for the old cars. I can't even imagine axles and differentials and ring and pinions and transmission parts. There's a lot of old product here upstairs. There's a lot of stuff we can get if we don't have it. So if there's any question that you might need an old part, especially drivetrain part, give us a call. We can probably have it or we can help you.
Tom, probably the shorter of the two lists would be for you to tell people what you don't have here rather than try to explain all the things you do have. For the classic car collector and restorer, this has got to be like going into a diamond vault.
Yeah, we have a lot of good old parts. I get phone calls all the time, and there's stuff up here I don't even know I have. I have to come and look myself because I'm always surprised on what we have for the old cars.
The best thing they can do is make sure they give you a call and ask because they may be surprised.
Give me a call. Absolutely. I'll try my best to help.
Well, we were on our way to the service department. Let's see that now.
All right.
Tom, when did you add this part to your business?
We built the building in 1988. A lot of people don't know we have it. Let me show you what we do in here. This is our gear shop. Okay, Mitch, this truck is going to get a gear change. We're changing the ratio because he put a lift kit and larger tires, and he's got a travel trailer that he's trying to tow. And when you put larger tires on, it saps all your towing capabilities. So we change the gears and make it tow better.
What are we doing here, Tom?
This vehicle, Mitch, has 180,000 miles on it. This guy wants new U-joints just for preventative maintenance.
Just like we did inside the shop.
Yeah, and what people don't know, most four-wheel drives, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 U-joints in this vehicle. So it's a big job to do all 7 U-joints.
And you not only replace them, but you remove and reinstall them here as well.
That's correct. These are going to come out. They'll go up to the DriveLine shop. They'll get all new U-joints and then back in.
Perfect. Let's see what's in Bay 3.
Okay.
Tom, what do we have here?
Well, do you remember me telling you I could hook a Volkswagen to the space shuttle?
Well, you hooked the Volkswagen to a dune buggy.
Well, this one isn't quite a space shuttle, but we work on a little bit of everything around here.
It's definitely going to launch off of some sand rails.
Yeah, this is one of our funner projects. So it's not just DriveLine. This has no DriveLine, it has no gears. So this is one of our fun projects.
Excellent. Let's take a look inside your gear shop and see what they do there.
All right.
Tom, another shop.
Yeah, this is part of our gear shop. We do a lot of, again, ring and pinions. We do a lot of bench work. We do bench work for people. We pull bearings off, install new ring and pinions. Over here we're rebuilding somebody's transfer case that another shop brought us. We're rebuilding a 5-speed transmission out of a Dodge. Just about anything you can imagine, drivetrain, gear related, gets built here in the shop.
Rear ends.
Absolutely.
Front differentials, rear differentials.
Positive tractions, ring and pinions, axles, bearings, seals, you name it. It's drivetrain related, we do it.
Tom, there is a lot of experience here at DriveLine and Gear Service. I think we'd be remiss if we didn't get to meet the entire crew and talk about all of the decades, centuries of experience that goes into putting this all together.
Yeah, my crew is very important, and I'd love to have you meet them.
Let's do that.
All right.
Tom, there's a lot of experience standing in front of us.
Yeah, we have about 186 years of combined experience between the crew here.
That really is felt when somebody gives you a call and needs some specialized help.
Yeah, that's all we have anymore is our integrity and our knowledge. I will say something about the crew. I can fire one of these guys and they'll show up the next day. So that's what kind of crew we have.
You have a lot of long-timers here too.
We do. You know, Eric's 30 years, Perry's 25 years, Scotty's 22 years, Howard's working on 10 years, Ryan's here 3 years, and Cody started yesterday, so he's a newbie.
Well, it's a great place to be. As you can see, you're amongst a lot of honorable men that have got a lot of experience, and we wish you the best. Tom, I want to thank you personally for being on the show today, and for your entire crew for being here for us as well.
All right, great. It was fun.
I want to make sure, Tom, people know how they can get a hold of you.
775-331-4500. We're at 1325 Glendale. We have a store out in Fallon, 867-2617. They're at 5305 Reno Highway. And we're on the web at drivelineandgear.com.
Thanks again for joining us.
No sweat. Thank you.
For more information on this guest or to see this show in its entirety, visit nvbusinesschronicles.com. While you're there, you can watch all of our past shows on the Chronicles page and stay connected with us by following us on our social media. For information on becoming a guest on our show, contact us at info@nvbusinesschronicles.com. We hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week at the same time for more from Nevada Business Chronicles.